Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the Livewire Game Show. I had to shut these two fuckers up because they
have a
didn't realize
conversation
that
here.
we were live. I'm in the dark
We're
this week.
live.
I'm in the
Oh.
dark this week, just like I am about what's coming in this in this PlayStation State of Play. Not really. Everyone knows it's going to be Ratchet and Clank and a whole lot of nothing else.
It's called Rivet and Clank now.
But I'm still going to be disappointed when there's nothing about Elden Ring. While we wait for it to start, we've got about 15 minutes, I'd say, till it begins. 13 minutes till it begins. So, yeah, we're gonna just chat and catch up and do the usual thing. How are you guys this week?
Good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Intro. Look at that for an intro. I'm amazing.
Didn't get interrupted at all by us, by any means.
No.
We weren't
No.
giggling in the background. What's that all about? Yeah, I've had my usual week of gaming. I've been playing some Monster Hunter, playing some WoW, playing some Apex. Nice variety, 3 different genres. Keep my sanity while I'm not allowed to go back to work. But yeah,
Getting closer.
I'm watching my timestamps now because I overstood my welcome last week.
It's getting
Stole
close.
the
Though.
limelight.
Like it's getting close. We've had some good news today anyway about life starting to go back to normal.
Yeah.
So
I can actually go and visit you guys now.
Intercounty travel.
May 10th.
Mate,
I
You have
can
to wait till
actually go
Nando's
to-
opens up on the 17th though.
Yeah.
So
We'll do a live stream from Nando's, yeah?
live stream from Nando's. Yeah. We're
do
doing
they
one of
have
those wing
do they
roulette
have
things.
Nando's in Kerry, or is it like
No, they don't.
the closest Nando's to Dublin, Chicago, that side of the coast? Anyway, just before we move on, Stephen or Dylan, can one of you guys just check that you can hear yourselves on stream, because we didn't do any testing for you guys this week.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It's telling me it's fine, but just to be on the safe side.
But knowing you, it's probably not fine. Oh shit,
No.
I'm not into Livewire. Change that.
Still, what have you been playing? You've been playing Apex.
Monster Hunter
And
and WoW.
how's that all been going for you?
Good. WoW's normal. I'm just grinding out fucking world quests, trying to get as much anima as possible. They released more about their 9.1 update, hopefully coming in
9.1.
July or August.
Are we
Which
good, by the
will-
way, Stephen?
I could hear Dill. I wasn't talking. so I don't
That's
know.
fine. If you can hear Dill, you can hear both. Sorry, Dill, go on.
Yeah, that's just going to address a lot of those kind of grindy issues. So hopefully that comes by sooner rather than later. But yeah, just logging on, do my dailies, and then Apex, just been chilling, playing some
Shit on.
pubs.
Stephen, what have
Chilling.
you been up to over the last week or so?
I've been trying to jump back into Titanfall 2, as we said we would. So got into the part where you're in the simulation. Ash traps you in the simulation and you have to break out. So just did that.
Spoilers for a 6-year-old game, if anyone cares.
I care.
And
Hashtag I
playing a
care.
bit of-
I
Played a
do
bit of
like how
Oddworld again.
I do like how the person who is playing the most Titanfall 2 over the last week is the person who's already finished it.
Yeah.
And the other two of us haven't done fuck all.
I'm playing the
You
newer
haven't
version of
beaten it.
Titanfall. It's called
Nah, I never
Apex.
finished it. It's called Apex.
I was playing Titanfall 2 and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get into Apex. And then I realized I'm not pulling the shit Eski can do on these bastards on normal mode. I'm going to be fucked in online lobbies.
You say that though, but you'd be surprised.
SBMM's a thing.
Yep.
SBMM making shit gamers think they're good since 2000 and whatever.
I
No,
downloaded it on my
not to
Switch
call you
actually this week.
not to call you a shit gamer or nothing, Stephen. You're more
be
of
in
a
the
gamer.
kiddies pool.
You're more of a gamer
I'll be
than both
fine.
of us, to be fair.
Yeah.
I just mean SBMM
Yeah.
makes people think they're better than they are while punishing high tier players.
Hmm. And then the other thing I did was I was playing some Cyberpunk again because I saw they put some more memory fixes in, and then it crashed.
Dude, oh
I was
great.
like, cool.
And
You
that
know what,
there
right?
is Cyberpunk.
You know what?
Well, sure.
Louise played it for, I'm gonna say 6 to 7 hours on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, yesterday, and it crashed once in 7 hours
That's on PS5, isn't
on
it?
PS5. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good going. She finished all endings in one day. What an absolute champion. She
Hashtag real gamer.
hashtag real gamer. And then she's just like, I just want to be in the city, but like, there's nothing for me to do. I'm like, yep, this is the cyberpunk problem.
And is there any
Which-
time frame for that DLC that they're bringing in?
Second half of this year, I guess.
Wow, that late? Fuck me.
I mean, everything. I think everything got pushed back by a 6 weeks or so because of the hack.
Yeah,
But I think everything got pushed back because of that.
and probably because the majority of their resources went into fixing it
Yeah.
over the last few months.
I mean, a lot of it is running a lot better than it was. They fixed a ton. Like
definitely.
they put out a book. Louise finished it Wednesday night. Excuse me. And Thursday morning, a new patch came out for it.
Oh no!
So yeah.
All they had to do was put that beta word on the end, and there would have been no
It's that-
issues.
I don't know if you can put a beta on a single player game like that.
Early access. There you go.
I
Early
don't.
access,
I just because of what it was. I don't
The
think
good
that.
EA.
Like I don't think that would have been possible because of the kind of game it is. Like, early access, you think for multiplayer games or battle royales or that sort of stuff.
Or Fallout 76.
It just should. Two things, and I've said it many times. It shouldn't have released in 2020, and it should have been next gen only.
Should have pulled a Returnal and just said, fuck the rest of yous.
Yeah,
Like PS5 and that's all.
And I don't know who said it to me. They've said, "Oh, but The Last of Us looks great. That plays great on PS4. Like this game, God of War is great. God of War looks terrible on PS4. Okay, looks great, performs terrible on PS4. That console was never, ever, ever going to run Cyberpunk well. And it'd be like if Returnal released on PS4, and we'll get to that in a bit. But if that released on PS4, consoles would explode from all the fucking color particles on screen.
Yeah.
I tried power. Well,
It just-
I did power up Destiny today on PS4, and it was
Oh.
literally like a fucking jet
It's
engine.
night and day. Yeah, it's so.
Horrible.
While I think more people get to play your game, the better. But if that's at a cost of the game performing terribly because A, it's a 7-year-old console, and B, your game is super fucking ambitious in its visual graphic fidelity, whatever, like somewhere you have to either go next gen only or pull your ambitions back a bit. And I don't think ambitions should. My personal opinion of someone who can afford a new console and afford a graphics card, because I'm fortunate. My not so humble opinion is that be as ambitious as you want to fucking be, because
Yeah.
we get better games because of it. But advertise your game respectfully to the people who are going to want to buy it. Do not mislead them, you scumbags.
And that's the thing as well. Like, instead of trying to broaden your demographic and expand your player base and be so stretched with what you can push power wise, you'd rather appeal to not the small, but
if they had said, right, look, the game's gonna come out in April 2021. That is the final date. We could bring it out now, but it will be in this state, and we'll have to release it for PS4. But in 6 months' time, loads more people will have new consoles. Graphics cards will be slightly more available. So we're gonna delay the game because you as gamers are gonna get a better experience. People would have gone, "Oh yeah, CDPR, you're amazing." Instead, they were like, "You betrayed us. I trusted you. You were my brother." But anyway, moving on.
I just got a Christmas song in my head now.
Kev, what have you been doing this week?
Thanks, Dale. It's not about what I've been doing. It's how I've been doing. I haven't been playing as much Demon Souls as I would like to have been playing because obviously the PlayStation got stolen. I only got past one more boss, which was relatively straightforward. I found it quite funny playing Demon Souls. after playing Bloodborne, Sekiro, the newer Dark Souls games, I expect bosses to be not harder, but more mechanically advanced than they are.
You're expecting it to be more difficult, yeah.
Because Demon Souls, it's a remake or whatever you want to call it, remake, remaster. It's more remake than remaster because it's whatever. But because it looks so stunning, I'm expecting it to be the next From Software game. Yeah. But it's not. It's their first game of that kind. So the bosses have maybe... They're very restricted in what they do.
You're going backwards rather than forwards.
And it's kind of it's been messing with my brain because I'm like, right, what's this boss's attack pattern? Right, he's got to have something more advanced, and then it's like, no, that's just what it is. So it's a bit jarring in a weird way, but it's still a fantastic game, and I can't wait to get further into it. Otherwise, I haven't played a lot of games this week. I'm just kind of having a lazy week, to be honest with you.
What's your current shiny check? Actually,
I haven't been doing that, but what I have been doing this week, because I got a friend, a Landau Foxy, is playing VR on PC.
Nice. Oh, is that why I've seen you been playing Beat Saber?
Oh my god, Beat Saber is the best shit ever. And I made his headset very, very sweaty playing Beat Saber. I'm not actually gonna play any more Beat Saber until I get my own headset for my birthday, because I just feel like it's a bit
sweaty.
Your birthday's next week.
I know, yeah.
Just wear like a swimming cap.
Wear a swim cap. But
wear goggles for good measure.
Goggles.
I had
armbands and everything.
Speedos.
Get a ring. Get one of the rings with a fucking, I don't know.
At least on PC, you're not limited to listening to fucking Imagine Dragons all the time.
Oh my! I plugged it in, and the tutorial it gives you, it's just like night and day from PSVR. It's just... Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, PS4 was cool. And then I put this on, I was like, holy shit, this is impressive. And I've been not buying Half-Life Alyx because I want to just wait and play it when it's my own and I can just dive into it, because I've heard nothing but good things about that. And there's another good game on the Oculus Store, a fantasy game, I can't think of the name of it, that's highly rated, that I'll probably check out as well. That's been me. Its show starts in 32 seconds, so I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go over to that. I will stream it into
start,
you
or
guys.
does it give you the 2-minute countdown after that?
No, this is show starts. So I'm gonna try something, and I'm gonna try not break everything while I do this. So I'm gonna share my screen. You just get that. I go to this. And it works, because Kev's amazing and a genius. Or something like that.
At least it can't be as bad as the Nintendo Direct. Remember?
Oh, don't fucking tempt me.
Don't
remind us.
Welcome to an all-new
anyone who's, if anyone is watching this on the YouTubes, can you just let me know if that's working well and looks okay, and will get me the MCA? Thank you very much. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit just so we can still talk. Returnal DLC.
It's Monster Hunter. Unrise. Oh, Subnautica, is it?
But I don't think they spotted me.
No.
Hi, I'm Jeff, audio producer at
Jeff.
Unknown Worlds. Set 1 year after the award-winning original, Subnautica Below Zero plunges players into a frigid underwater adventure in search of answers.
This game's a frigid.
Deal the penguins.
Above and below the surface might consider you a tasty treat, assuming you don't become an ice pop first. The previous
I always look at this game like No Man's Sky, but to do with the water.
She never took it off.
To uncover the truth, you'll need to get crafty.
No Man's Oceans.
No Man's Oceans. Basically, like it looks the exact same art style to me.
I told you to stay off my land.
With
Never
the
played it.
PS5 DualSense controller, every
You're
basic
under the
shot
water.
feels like it's being sent right into your hands. The haptic feedback system allows you to feel each adrenaline-filled chase.
That would be
provides
cool in
visual
VR,
and audio
actually.
cues as you use resources, encounter key game moments, or get into situations where it's probably best to run. By the time you squint to see what's ahead, it may already be too late. Fortunately, when you play Below Zero on PS5, players will get a crystal clear experience with up to 4K graphics, targeting 60 FPS when in performance mode. And if you already own a physical or digital
that
version
water.
of the first Subnautica on PS4, you'll be
Hasn't
able
got a
to
patch on
upgrade
CTs.
God damn it! I thought I unmuted my
version
mic and it's
at
been muted
no
for the last 2
additional
minutes.
cost. We hope you're as excited as
I was
we are
cracking
to dive
jokes
into the
over
world
here.
of Subnautica
I was kind of like, why is my
Below
mic
Zero
not coming
when it
through on
launches on
slobs?
PS5
Why is
and
nobody
PS4
laughing?
on May 14th.
Yeah. I've not played Subnautica, but yeah, it would be a really cool VR experience.
Oh, it's official. Oh,
Without mods, it's shit.
It really
so-
is.
yeah, it's not the same.
I really hope that the developers say, you know what? It's better with mods. It's not what we visioned the game to be. Oh, Ratchet and Clank skin. But they should just, whoever makes the Town of Us mod, the devs should go, you want to work with us and we want to work with you.
Yeah.
Here's money.
We can't wait to dive deep into
And just
Subnautica
make it
Below
official.
Zero and make baseless accusations against
It
our
would
teammates
attract
in
so much
Among
more
Us
people.
later this year. Looks
But
like
to
Ratchet
be
and
honest,
the
I
gang
don't
are
think
ready for
that's
the
their
spotlight.
issue right now
Next up,
because
Insomniac Games will lead us on a
I'd
tour
say
of
the
this
amount of people
June's
that play it
PS5 action adventure.
without like chats and like on Switch and on like kind of
That's true. It's massive on mobile as well.
yeah, mobile. That's the other one. I was thinking
Everyone
of,
and their
sorry.
fucking grandmother plays it on mobile.
Surprised we're seeing this actually so early.
I think there's not a whole lot else. That's why. It's actually, I think it's fairly short. State of play.
It's actually just this trailer.
Yeah.
reskinned content. It's just Ratchet in blue.
I'm Marcus Smith, creative director of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, a brand new full-length Ratchet & Clank adventure built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5 console.
This is
Today
Louise's
we're
next
going to
game.
introduce you to some of the gameplay, characters,
I can't
and
wait to
arsenal
buy
of
Ratchet
Rift
and Clank Rift Apart and not
Whether
get
you've
to
played
play it.
every game since Ratchet & Clank's debut,
Might as well
or
just
you're
watch a
brand new
Twitch
to the
stream.
series, Rift Apart is a standalone adventure that you won't want to miss. Let's get into it.
Oh. Clank? Clank? Wombax? What is this place?
That's James Arnold Taylor, isn't it? The voice of Titus
I
from
was,
Final Fantasy
I
X.
was literally about to ask who
Where are
voices
you,
Ratchet.
Clank? Maybe someone
Look at
around
that
here
ray
is-
tracing.
Have
That
any of
looks
you seen
awesome.
a little gray robot anywhere?
Looks nice.
Green eyes, red antenna, very charming.
It is, it's Titus, yeah.
Ratchet has been separated from his best friend and partner Clank, and is now in a new dimension in a mysterious urban sprawl called Nefarious City.
Cyberpunk everyone wanted.
This is all going on in the
Louise is taking
background.
off
of
PlayStation.
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. There's Order 53. 66 coming in a few minutes. It does look stunning.
Yeah. Just
The
even
frame
that
rate.
transition there between.
Please let there be good news behind
The frame
It
rate
looks
looks
weird.
a bit higher than previously.
Ratchet
It looks a
quickly
bit
finds out that in this
framey
dimension,
at times, so
Dr. Nefarious is
It
a
could
much
be the
more
YouTube video though.
could be.
That's what
yeah.
I'm putting it down to. Yeah, it's jumping a little bit.
It could also be the me streaming into you guys.
Yeah, maybe, because like theirs pretty bad now.
Emperor?
Stop
Does
being
that
negative,
mean
Steven.
There
That's
are
safe.
two Nefariouses now?
You might be better
That's
off
what the
just
comment
opening
section
up
is
the
for.
stream itself.
Clank first, Nefarious later.
Because Discord will be a
This is
bit.
bizarre.
Thanks
Dodge.
to the new
Yeah.
hardware, the worlds in Rift Apart are more beautiful than ever. Cities are full of life with traffic and civilians milling about everywhere.
That looks so good.
Rift Apart is full
cool,
of the
yeah.
unexpected. Characters in this new dimension are not always the same as they were in Ratchet and Clank's dimension. Ratchet comes across Miss Zircon, the weapon vendor in Rift Apart.
Wait a second.
You forgot your order. Well, come right in. Miss Zircon will sell you weapons, but you gotta be less conspicuous. or
Looks like the,
resistance will not last.
From Monsters
The
Inc.
Resistance?
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
Mike Wazowski's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Michael
Yes.
All of this
Can't remember her name for this.
I can't
No.
remember either. Louisa, no.
Louise! Get out of here!
Darlene!
Clank has been taken by a mysterious new Lombax named Rivet.
Clank! No. I need to go after that ship. How can I get off planet?
Listen, Tess. Only royal starships are allowed
I wonder-
to leave. Anything else,
Will Rivet end up being the villain?
can help. Just follow the
Kinda
Ranger Club Nefarious
Abby
and you
versus
will
Ellie
find
style.
him.
Club
Yeah,
Nefarious.
we
There
play
you
as River
go.
for the second half of the game.
Secret agents are
I mean, I don't even mean that as a. I don't even
Question
mean that
morals.
as a joke, Stephen.
So
This is really just The Last of Us 2 reskinned as Ratchet and Clank.
This is The Last of Us Part 3 that they
This
were
is the
talking about.
storyline they said they have done for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually called Abby and Ellie Rifts Apart.
The Wonder Years.
You mean Abby and Crank?
That's
I
a
really
Night
didn't
City
like-
soundtrack and a half right
It
there.
is, yeah, 100%. I really didn't like Ellie's character in Part 2.
Oh no, she was
Oh.
absolutely so annoying. So
Oh, we're dropping these controversial opinions during a live stream, yeah?
For PlayStation.
well, it is PlayStation. Could you imagine they even commented on the fucking potential remake?
We won't comment on that.
Nope.
No.
Let's hope they don't either.
I heard Judy is in the basement in this place.
Phantom, where are you?
This we get your brain dance.
He learns a couple
Yeah.
of new moves.
It is like a mini Night City, isn't it?
It really is.
That's some Jedi Fallen Order wall running right there.
I'm looking forward to seeing some proper combat to see if it gets framey like it did in the other.
One of the focal points of gameplay in Rift Apart is
Because it doesn't look
increased
too
mobility.
framey to me anyway.
Ratchet can now dash and wall run to traverse levels. This
He has a
focus on
war bug as
mobility
well.
allows players
Class.
to chain moves together to create exhilarating combos.
I think Monster
Now let's
Hunter
jump into
Rise might be
combat.
Dylan Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Can't stop talking about it.
So easy to play. Want to play it all the time.
Here's Dr. Doom.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, is this
Another
the Royal
doctor in the
Rat and
podcast.
Leviathan?
Yes.
And that's a big Vader in the middle. Look at him.
Yeah, yeah.
Dashing allows you to evade attacks or gain strategic advantages. Enemies can't hit what
Swap
doesn't
offs.
momentarily exist.
It's
See
hard
his
to
dash,
know.
the way you see like his old positioning. That's actually not like that on
Dimensional
PS4.
tears in the world allow you
That's
to
just
use
how
them
long the
rift
frames take to
together.
catch up.
Another new traversal
I'm
move.
kind of struggling to
Instantly pull yourself across
see what
battlefields to escape
frames
or
is that
flank
because the way they're turning the camera, it's kind of hard to
Weapons in
tell.
Rift Apart utilize the power
seems
of
very-
DualSense
it's done
wireless
intentionally.
controllers, adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback.
That feature is
to allow
really
you
cool.
to really feel
It's
the
using
power of
adaptive
the
figures,
For
adaptive
example,
triggers,
with the burst
Steven.
pistol, players
Oh
can
no,
shoot
I know
Yeah.
someone who won't like that.
Jeff won't be happy.
placed single shots. But pulling the trigger fully unleashes a rapid-fire spread that covers more area.
TWAB just got released as well, totally unrelated to the state of play. VOG is 22nd of May.
Halfway to fire a single barrel,
Okay.
reducing time between reloads.
I'll book the day
Or
off.
pull the trigger fully and unleash
Yeah, it's a
both
Saturday.
barrels with a devastating close-range attack.
So
Thanks to the haptics, the player will
Sorry, I
feel
just got
that's
popular
a week,
idea.
so a week and a half after launch. That's fair
Give
enough.
a recommended power level.
Let's move ahead a little bit.
It goes through all. You need to be at 1300 power to be at the cap for all
Ratchet attempts to
encounters.
follow Rivet and Clank.
Ah, I'm
So
already
that's
past
what we're at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm on 1307, I think. Is
Oh,
my gear.
yeah.
Minus the, what, 15 points from...
Oh, so it's 1310 is current cap, isn't it?
Yeah, 1310.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I really like the look of this.
Yeah, look, they've done a great job.
Did they release
Bit of
them in the PS4 cycle?
During this
yes.
phase, more dimensional
It's
chaos.
just Ratchet. It's the remake of the first one, right?
Ah, okay.
Thanks to the power
Oh,
of the
yeah.
SSD, we
It's
can
great. It's
instantly
brilliant.
teleport
They did a
players
really
to
good job on that.
completely different locations. This
Like,
isn't
look at
just
that
small arena
transition.
being loaded, but the
There was
entire
just
level
no
from a different
delay.
planet.
And no, like, kind of added shitty, like, mini cutscene to kind of let the background catch up.
Let's jump over and see what's going on with Rivet and Clank.
This is Abby and Ellie all over again.
There's a lot of stuff there about what you call it,
As you may have guessed, Rivet is a
about
brand new
Vogue and
playable
contest and all that.
character
But
in
I'll
the series.
get back to that afterwards. Look at
Where
that.
are you taking me?
Look at that. Looks
Well, I was
beautiful.
gonna take you to my hideout. But
Really
first,
looks
I gotta rescue my
absolutely
friends at
stunning.
the Gelatonium
I'm
factory.
talking about the environment, by the way, before anyone calls me a furry.
Rift Apart includes several alternate dimension versions of classic planets from past games.
Look at Steven. Steven did not appreciate that.
No, he did not.
Look at that. That looks.
Did we mention how stunning
So
and
nice.
alive our worlds are?
Yeah.
Thanks to the
That
power of
looks
PS5
absolutely
and the 3D audio, we've been able to create
beautiful.
alien planets.
That's such a
with
realistic
immersive
skybox
Is
as
this?
well.
never
Oh, it
before.
really is. Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Is this the true sequel to A Land Before Time?
Soon as I can get close enough.
A land
Optimus Zircon,
rifts
the
apart.
weapons vendor.
Whoa. This wasn't what was in my account last time.
Oh, that is because I added our mutual friend on Nefarious City.
Okay.
In Rift Apart, you
That's
get to
cool.
play with an explosive new arsenal, as well as a few returning classics.
You will be missed, sweet thing.
I'm assuming she'll have different kind of abilities than Ratchet would.
Here's another example of how we're using
Yeah.
DualSense. With the topiary sprinkler,
Just to kinda
players
make
will
it
feel
interesting
resistance
between
in
the
trigger as they
two different
prepare a throw of
playthroughs.
this garden grenade. Once on the ground and spitting out its rapid growth plant fertilizer,
Be interested
players
to do
will
it.
also feel when enemies have been topiaried and are ready to be trimmed down.
It's kind of hard to explain the DualSense controller without having it in your hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what he explained just means nothing.
It appears some dimensional distortion is emanating from that cave.
In addition to rift tethering and dimensional shifts, there are also many pocket dimensions scattered throughout the game.
And the last Speedo runs into that rift thingy.
Interesting. You must have a rift tether in your glove, too.
Who voices Clank?
Joel.
Alright, smarty bot. What is this place?
Can't voice if he's dead.
A dimensional pocket?
Spoilers.
Perhaps a symptom of
Jesus.
the Dimensionator's destruction.
How do you come up with this stuff?
They're only remaking part 1, not part 2.
Hey, it's Maynard, the Mortis helper bot. Must have wandered in through the rift somehow.
There is the Speetle.
No, don't hide! Ah!
Hitting its nest might get its attention.
Well, hello there.
Get up.
Gotcha!
Oh, dear.
Maybe Maynard
What's
threw
that?
you to the Morts.
I thought it might have been the same voice actor as Varix. He sounds quite similar, but it's not. Ignore me.
I think it was WoW he cropped up in over the last while.
Who, Varix?
Yeah.
Now, if we could get away from this acid.
I think.
Come on, Maynard! Let's find the Morts!
Riding Speedles is one way of traversing Sargasso's acid swamps. And to
Or
do
Clone
so
Wars.
quickly.
Excuse me!
No, I thought it might have been the same one for Clank. It's not. I
I
thought
got
it's something totally
it,
different.
got it! See? Sometimes I don't crash. Stop! Stop, stop, stop! There's the Gelatonium factory. I'm coming, Morts.
We didn't
follow that Lombax and his Robopet across dimensions just to get stopped by some fuzzballs. So you got like 9.5 seconds to tell us where they're at. 1.
Hang on there now.
If you watched our previous gameplay demo, you may recognize the Goons for Less. This rebranded gang has been hired by Dr.
Goons for
Nefarious
Less.
to attack Ratchet and Clank, and are now also trapped in Rivet's dimension. Here's another new weapon. The Shatter Bomb is a frag-type grenade that deals a lot of damage to your foes. With haptic feedback,
Stasis?
each explosion
Stasis.
feels incredibly impactful.
Can't get away from it.
That's okay. He didn't get frozen before he got shattered into 100 pieces. This looks like it'll just be fun all the way through.
Yeah, it looks really good. They generally have decent end stories as well, though. They don't tend
Yeah.
to be short. They tend to be decently lengthy. And there's a lot of endgame stuff as well where you can grind out for weapons as well. Ooh, that's a bit framey. I'm sure it'll have a 4K performance or quality mode anyway.
This is just
Yeah,
a
I'd say
small
so.
taste of some of the early gameplay in Rift Apart, but there is so much more. We have open areas to explore. Dimensional Clank puzzles. Glitch challenges.
That's basically Oddworld right there, Stephen, with Clank puzzles.
Arena challenges.
Yeah.
Aerial combat. Gold bolts to collect. Pocket dimensions to explore.
That's class.
Armor to obtain and use in the first ever Ratchet and Clank photo mode.
Microtransactions? What?
I
And
think
giving
there
more
is.
people access to playing our games is always important to us.
I'm pretty sure I saw that
Rift
there
Apart will
is
offer a
in-game
slew of
purchases.
accessibility options. We'll reveal more about this soon.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
how you
that.
go through a
Rift
menu.
Apart's new planets, weapons, intense high-action combat, and
Speedrunner
near
menuing
instant
right there.
loading,
Yeah, you don't just
all
go
with some
one,
of the best visuals
two,
we've
three.
ever created.
I hate when they do that.
You can say that again. Absolutely the best visuals. Stunning.
These rifts are getting out of hand.
On behalf of all of us at Insomniac Games, thank you for watching.
Sony really hit
We'll
up the
see you in
fucking
the Omniverse on June 11th.
the gold mine
That's our show.
getting
Explore the
Insomniac.
depths of an alien
It
Yeah.
ocean.
really did.
Got a first look at Among Us on PlayStation and zipped
Did
across
they say that's our
space
show?
in Ratchet and
Give us
Clank
a
Rift
surprise.
Apart.
Go on.
Surely no.
Thanks for
Nah,
watching.
they said
We'll
it was
see you
going to be
again soon.
short. They said it was only going to
Wow.
be. I was kind of hoping there'd be a surprise at the end of it.
Yeah,
They
I was
s-
expecting
they
more than
said-
just Ratchet and Clank and
Yeah.
Among Us.
No, they said 2 indie developers plus Ratchet and Clank. But I was kind of hoping that there'd be
Nefarious.
a couple of
From
things they
developer.
didn't tell us at the end.
I take
Like-
back what I said about the Nintendo Direct.
Like I said, I knew I wasn't getting Elden Ring, but I'm still going to be pissed off about it.
I just would have liked it more. Like, all they had to do was just release this as a Ratchet and Clank
Wait.
gameplay feature.
Friend.
Emperor Nefarious, you have returned.
Yes.
It's General Grievous.
Post-COVID. Post-COVID.
Whereas he can actually breathe.
Evil.
The opposite to him.
And that Lombax.
I'm coming, Clank.
This is the
Do not get the Dimensionator
Just
now.
trailer they put out
We may
yesterday,
lose
isn't it?
Every dimension. Oh my.
Yeah, showcasing Rivet. Oh man.
What are you laughing at?
I tell you afterwards, my brother sent me a message. It's funny. Right. I'm assuming this is end of stream, so I'm going
Wait
to.
for it.
Oh,
I'll just pause it and bring it back in. There's nothing else.
Wait for it.
There's nothing else. That's
it
it.
could be end credits. Hold on.
End
Yeah.
credits. Don't
Never
give
seen a
me.
Marvel movie?
Don't give me hope.
Play has no limits, but this show does. Bye.
It's one of those things. You like they announce what it's gonna be, and you still get your hopes up for more.
Yeah.
Right. Just gonna unstream it.
PlayStation knew that we'd be here for 2 hours if they did anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's
yeah,
spoken
we're
enough.
back to normal. End that stream. Close it down.
So
Yeah,
about that
the
twab.
Ratchet and Clank looks fantastic. I was kind of hopeful there'd be something, a surprise at the end of that they hadn't told us about, but Sony said no, sir, not today. Yeah,
Sony's keeping
I'll be getting it.
E3.
Yeah, Sony does their own thing at E3. I can't wait for the summer. I love that whole E3 time. It's great.
Yeah.
And Sony does what
Especially
they want.
now in a new console cycle. Like,
yeah,
you should be getting loads of announcements for 2022.
Oh yeah. Oh geez, there should be a ton announced this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There really should
even
be.
the DC fandom that got re-announced for October this year.
Oh yeah, they did that last year.
So
Didn't
we'll see more on hopefully Suicide Squad and what was the other one? The Gotham Knights. That was it, wasn't it?
Gotham Knights. Yeah, that's. I always get mixed up. Which one's which? Is Gotham Knights is the Rocksteady one, or is Suicide Squad the Rocksteady one?
I think Suicide Squad is the Rocksteady one.
Yeah, it's Gotham Knights is the one I'm excited for.
Suicide Squad looks more like the Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Art style, but
yeah.
that's
Anyway,
probably
yeah,
the
that
way
was.
around.
I meant to actually open up the TWAB and have it there so we can fly through it quickly. Yeah,
I had a brief look through it.
I'll be getting Ratchet and Clank day one because I don't have a choice.
I'll hopefully be getting the PS5 day 373.
So for Christmas.
That's optimistic of you.
That's around about Christmas this year.
Exactly.
It's close enough. Close enough. I actually need to keep that open.
Everyone will be going on holidays because it's COVID free, and I'll be buying something that lets me stay at home for longer.
That's the idea.
You just know you're going to be in work all the time, though.
I know. I'll have to
and,
start.
And PS5 is not something you can ferry with you. However, they did announce this week that PlayStation Now will be streaming in 1080p. So Sony are going in on game streaming as well as Microsoft are.
I'll bring a Fire Stick and a controller. That's all you need.
So, do we want to... It's going to be a shorter one this week anyway because of the state of play. So, will I start going through the news and we can just chat about that stuff?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to chat about it? Or do you just want to chat about anything else beforehand?
No, it's been pretty quiet this week in terms of what I've been up to. Just my usual routine. Unless you guys have anything different.
No. I cut my finger off nearly. So
and then sent me a picture where he was quite clearly naked. But anyway.
Look at my finger. Oh no, shit, that's not my finger.
How else you meant to dry up the blood? You gotta be naked.
Full body absorption.
Just be fucking grateful it was your finger you cut.
Yeah,
how did you cut your finger, Stephen? Talk us through the process. Onions.
I was cutting onions.
Just get one of those things you see on fucking Amazon that you put the onion in, you go, and it chops it all up into little pieces. Pizzas?
They don't work.
I love a pizza.
Need to get better onions.
No, cutting the onion.
It's them curry onions.
And yeah, I don't know. The knife just slipped off the onion and went straight into my finger. And
ouch!
Lovely.
Cut it from like.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting lightheaded now, Stephen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can't be having that.
Yeah.
So. Can't be having that. Right. I'll go into the news. It's gonna take me a second to
bring it up
because I'll share it into you guys, but I'll also line it up on See, this is the things people don't see when it's not a live podcast.
Are we still doing it live?
Yeah, we're still live. But this is what they don't see. They don't see all the messing around I have to do in the middle of it all.
Are you being a lazy fucker so that you don't have to upload it afterwards?
No. There's no point going unlive after being
He has
live.
got a point, though. Yeah.
I know I have a point.
Do it all into one.
This time.
Right. I need to turn the overlay.
I've
stuff
actually
on.
been in the dark with news this week, apart from the Apex.
There
stuff.
wasn't a whole lot. Like, it was very quiet until
noon today.
Yeah, it's the usual.
Unleashed.
Yeah, it's the usual Thursday nonsense where everything just comes out.
Yeah.
Right, I've got news. I'm not starting with the TWAB. I'm going back. So it was Rivet. I had this put in beforehand, just in case we did news before the state of play. So yeah, Rivet, Ratchet and Clank, it's out June 11th. We just watched the state of play. That was.
Is
great.
there a statue though?
Oh,
Down there. Go down. Scroll down.
No, digital deluxe. It doesn't say about a statue.
Fucking digital. Give me physical
It
shit.
could be if there's a physical one. I that would be
That'd be cool.
Cool.
Oh, they have the soundtracks up on SoundCloud.
Let's check. Is there anything here? No, it just says digital deluxe.
Digital
Anyway, record breakers, Respawn won. Are the first game studio to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Good on them. Good on them. So yeah, I haven't actually watched this, but Respawn produced this, and they won an Oscar for it. So congrats to them.
Just like the Marvel Eternals director, she won a what was on the other night? Grammy. Is that what they're on?
The Oscars.
Oscars. There you go. She won an Oscar. So she's like the first director in the MCU to have an Oscar as well.
That's incredible. The Oscars were a bit weird this year. There wasn't
a lot of people watching.
There wasn't a lot of people watching.
That fucking graph with the Games Awards. Wow.
Oh, crazy, isn't it?
That's
the
insane.
comparison over the last 2 years is ridiculous.
Well, aside from all that, there wasn't a lot of movies made and released in the last calendar year, so there wasn't a whole lot of stuff at the Oscars anyway.
And they are very picky.
Not to take away from the winners or anything like that.
No.
Anyway, I'll move on. I'm gonna skip past the Returnal. We go back to that because that's a few minutes to talk about. So I'll push that to the end. So lots of Respawn news because they won an Oscar. They have a new IP in development, brand new IP. It means it's not Titanfall 3. It's not related to Apex. So interesting to see where that goes.
They didn't say what
yeah, it's not
kind of route they were going down, did they?
Yeah. No, they just said it's a brand new IP.
Okay.
It's not Jedi Fallen Order related either, which is apparently half price at the moment. So if you haven't got that, go get it. That's my next piece of news. If you just have nothing to say about that.
No,
I don't know.
They can't really comment on it. It's very early. They didn't
haven't
give anything to say. It's a single player, multiplayer.
Yeah, they literally said nothing. They literally just said it's brand new, from new IP from scratch, and there's nothing about it other than that. Also, Star Wars Day was announced. Blah blah blah. Jedi Fallen Order is getting a next gen upgrade in the summer.
This summer, yeah.
Again, more Respawn news. So that's getting its next gen upgrade in the summer. They didn't say when, but that's a great game. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order and you like Dark Souls and you like Star Wars and you like,
or even if you don't like Dark Souls,
or even if you don't like Dark Souls, because it has a difficulty slider. But yeah, go get that because it's fantastic. Yeah, I have to get this Squadrons. I'll be getting that.
So good.
I'll be getting it to play in VR.
I was gonna say, we can play VR. It is savage looking.
You can play the whole thing start to finish in VR, can't you? So
yeah, like the only times you're out of your ship are in kind of your base, and even at that, it's kind of you don't get to move. It's kind of click, go to the next room, click.
Yeah. There's lots of other stuff here, but I'm not going to go through it. This is basically just saying Jedi Fallen Order, next gen upgrade in the summer.
Nice.
Where do I have to go from
That's
there?
well worth a replay on next gen.
100%. I hope Respawn either make a sequel or bring out more story for that, because it was a great game. It really was.
Cal is such a good
it was one of those games that completely proved me wrong from when I saw that announced. I was like, I don't know about this. And then played it. I was like, wow, this is they did a great job. Great job. This other game, Lost Soul aside, don't know a whole lot about it. I'll just play this video for a second. It looks like Final Fantasy cross with Devil May Cry. Maybe? It looks very the combat's quite Devil May Cry. But this was announced a few years ago. I have no sound on there. This was announced a few years ago.
Well, the way he's changing his weapons is Final Fantasy 15 and not this kind of Royal Arms, so...
Yeah. So, yeah...
This is a Square Enix game, is it?
What's it?
Is this a Square Enix game, is it?
No, it's not. It is by a Chinese developer, I think. I don't know what their name I don't know their name, I can't think of their name. But... It was announced a few years ago and then just kind of went into the dark. But it's coming to PS4 and PS5 and hopefully we get more news on a release date for that. But it looks really good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's from
Multi-Zero Games and
that's
Sony.
the one. Multi-Zero Games. Yeah, that's
RPG action.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah,
so interesting to see where that goes.
It literally says on Games Radar, Lost Souls aside, looks like Final Fantasy meets Devil May Cry.
Yeah. I honestly, I didn't read that. I promise
that was
you.
way down on the Google search.
I promise you, I didn't read that. Xbox released a ton of information today, actually. So the big thing here is that Halo Infinite has cross-play and progression. So you can close off your Xbox in the other room if you own one. Come into your PC, pick it up, go back and forward, cross-play, multiplayer. So that's fantastic news. Even though I'm not a Halo
Can't wait to play
fan.
that when I'm shitting.
Halo on the toilet. They also
xCloud, baby.
Something that's fairly big actually in here is Microsoft and Xbox's commitment to PC gaming. Where is it now? I thought it was down here somewhere. Basically, here it is. Basically, they're following the Epic Games Store route of saying F you to Steam, we're going to take you on. And they're cutting it from 30%. That Microsoft Store currently takes 30% from devs. They're going to cut that down to 12%. So that's pretty huge. That it's to put the Xbox Store on everyone's PC.
Which it already is with the success of how
with Game Pass, with all that, like it's incredible.
But for future titles, that's kind of it's like they're future proofing it.
Yeah, it's great. And on this as well, while we're talking about Xbox on PC, PlayStation, like I said earlier, Sony have updated PlayStation Now for the 10 people who have that subscription service. That's now streaming at 1080p rather than 720p, which is fucking great.
Did either of you get invited to the xCloud?
I didn't because I don't have a Game Pass at the moment.
Yeah, I got it, and I tried Hellblade on my laptop through Chrome, and it played like shite.
Really?
Now, it was actually like it's fine. What you're getting is the console version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was playing at 30 frames per second at about 720p and not crystal clear. So like it's fine. It would work on like if you weren't a PC gamer, you'd be delighted because you're getting a console experience on any Chrome browser and on your iOS device. So it's really like it is really cool. I was disappointed because I expect more, but it for what it is, like it's fucking amazing.
It only
like,
came
it's
out
unbelievable.
ago, yeah,
It's unbelievable to think that like I think 12-year-old me would have loved the idea of like playing games anywhere without having to own a high-end PC.
It's the future. Like whether people want it or not, it is the future.
Portability.
I think it's class. Keep going with it.
It's gonna be interesting to see what it is. I actually think
how old is Hellblade actually?
3 or 4 years max.
Yeah, 2018, I think.
It's supposed to be brilliant.
Yeah, I keep meaning to get into it.
Yeah, I keep meaning to play through it as well, but I just haven't.
The
got around
second
to
one
playing
is coming
through
out the end of this year or next year, is it?
it. Yeah, it's due
Oh
out
shit!
soon
Yeah.
enough. I think.
Remember the
Actually.
showcase? Yeah.
I'm sure that it'll get a definite release date soon if it hasn't already got one.
E3.
Yeah, E3 very short, very soon. So yeah, I'll leave the PlayStation Plus games till the end. Returnal came out tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow. Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
2 hours, 9 minutes.
But the embargo was lifted today. And it's coming in at a very high meta score. A lot of people are giving it somewhere between 8s and 9s out of 10s.
Unless you're Jeff Grubb.
I'm looking at it right here. This is it right here, isn't it? So yeah, I watched Skill Up's review of it, and it was, as usual, a very good review. But he basically, the first half of the game is fairly not easy but straightforward. But
Introductory.
from the second, once you get into the second act, the difficulty apparently ramps up a hell of a lot, and is very punishing. Punishes deaths very strongly. But yeah, it does look good. I know, Stephen, you were not excited about the game, and then you were very excited about the game, and now you're kind of caught somewhere in the middle where you're not sure if you're excited about the game because of how inaccessible the second half of the game is. Maybe.
Yeah. Like,
so if you want to explain how it works.
Yeah, so how my understanding of how it seems to work from multiple reviews that have come out is that you've got your different biomes, which are essentially your levels,
and you have 7 of them altogether.
Yeah, and in your first, 6, I think.
No, there's 6, and then the 7. Ralph didn't show off the 7th one. I thought he showed 6 of the 7. Or maybe I have it wrong. Maybe he showed off 5 or 6. Anyway, it's 6 or 7.
Yeah. So the idea is that the biomes are basically connected together. They're not separate levels. So when you explore one and beat the boss, you go on to biome 2, explore that, kill the boss, biome 3. I think the thing is, in biome 1, 2, and 3, it's kind of a short enough run and things progress fairly standard. There's not really a difficulty curve. When you get to biome 4, then you get a new checkpoint. So anytime you die after that, you go back to the start of biome 4. And the enemies increase in difficulty. The biomes are much longer, much more difficult. So when you clear the boss in biome 4 and go into biome 5, and you're getting close to the boss of biome 5, if you die, you go all the way back to biome 4, do all of that again, do it to 5, then you might clear 5, do all that to 6, die, go back, do 4, 5, all the way to 6 again. And if you're like, the thing with Dark Souls is, if you're trying to learn the boss's pattern, you can get a few runs in, you learn them. You don't get that luxury in this. You go in and you have to clear it first time, or else you're back to doing it. And what really is irking me about this is it's nearly disrespectful to your time, because roguelites and roguelites don't give you permanent upgrades that often, and this one is on the harsher side of that, where permanent upgrades don't come very quickly. So when you die, you lose all of your weapons, but you keep the weapon upgrades. So if you go get that weapon again, and because it's randomly generated, it might not be in the same area.
No, but it does mark it very clearly on the map where it is.
It does mark it very clearly. But it just seems like it's overly punishing. So you could spend, let's say you're on closer to the hour side to get through biome 4. You get to the boss, you die, you go back. Maybe that doesn't feel as punishing because you're like, it's the same area, it's fine. But then you spend an hour and a half getting to the boss of biome 5, you die, you go back, you now have to do that hour and a half again. Now, granted, it might take you an hour this time, maybe 45 minutes, but you only got one shot at that boss, and you have to go through all of that again to get your next shot. There's no shortcuts. There's no getting power.
I think there is shortcuts. They're just not as
convenient.
Convenient as in
It's
a
not as
Souls
shortcut as a shortcut
Yeah.
should be.
So you can open up doors or different routes to get through it. So the
Now,
one thing
in
I
saying
think
all
about
that-
the one thing I think about that is that because it's procedurally generated, so say you've played through all of Biome 4, and by the way, Dylan, it's the same, Biomes 1, 2, 3 work the same way, but it's much quicker to get into Biomes 2 and 3 than it is to get into Biomes 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I think that might, and maybe it's because a lot of the reviewers had to have to smash out their playthrough to get the review out on time, so it feels more punishing. But if you've played through, say, Biome 4 and 5, and then you die at the boss in Biome 5, you're not playing through the exact same again, because it's procedurally generated. It is the same enemies and the same boss at the end of Biome 4, but your route is different, so it might feel a bit fresh. Now, maybe after the fifth time you've gone through it, it does feel the same. But it's one of those things
that worse in a way though, because then it's not as if you could say, right, it took me an hour the first time. I know what I'm doing. I know what to expect. I can knock this out in half an hour. Whereas you're not gonna, like you said, it's gonna be a new route, same enemy, same boss, but at the same time, the boss is probably the only thing that stays the same.
Yes and no, because the map is very clearly marked for you, so you know the definite way you have to go.
Okay.
So
Yeah, like it will even show you where challenges are, so
Yeah.
you can decide, I'll do the optional challenges and get upgrades and stuff like that. But so like the map seems to be very user friendly and telling you if you want to just the quickest way to go, you can follow this.
Yeah.
I think the thing that puts me off is because I don't have a lot of time to play a game. If in the middle of it I'm like, okay, I need to go, I can't stop.
Yeah.
If I cut my finger, my other finger cutting onions.
Yeah. Or like, you know, what's happened with some reviewers is the update came out and it's crashed it on them. But I think what really is irking me about the whole thing is the idea of and this is a Destiny gripe that I have, not groping it, is when the gameplay and so on doesn't respect your time investments. So I could spend an hour cleaning up all the enemies, getting as many kind of upgrades and stuff as I can, but they're not permanent upgrades. I get to the boss, I die, cool. I go back, I lost the majority of that progress. Maybe I got some small increments that aren't going to make my life easier. I spend another hour doing the same things again for the exact same small increments. I die to the boss because I never got a chance to see his attack patterns. And then I have to keep doing all that. And the bits between me dying and getting to the boss don't get any easier because I'm not getting more powerful. So I'm spending multiple hours doing the same thing and not getting more powerful.
I think where a lot of gripes with reviewers that have played it, obviously we haven't played it, it's not out yet.
No, we don't even know what it's like.
We're not important enough.
Don't even have a PS5.
Well, there's that. But I think the common problem I've read anyway is that the upgrades don't. So they're not different enough, so that you can play through the biomes, pick up certain upgrades, get to the boss, die. You could play through and pick up like a complete different set of upgrades going to the boss fight again, but it doesn't feel much different. That the upgrades are so incremental that they don't feel as diverse enough, so it starts to feel a bit samey. That's what I read anyway. But you know what? One from Ralph's review was that it's not actually the bosses that are hard. The bosses are fairly straightforward because, yeah, they have all these attack patterns, but they move very slowly. But he said that there's elites. So basically your red bar enemies in Destiny are really easy to kill. Your yellow bars in Destiny version of this are fucking tough as shit nails. And that's where the deaths come in, because they're powerful, they've got big health bars, but they're so agile. Whereas the bosses, yeah, they've got a big health bar and they've got big abilities, but they're so slow, so they're easy to dodge. I think, for me anyway, I can't really form an opinion on it because I don't play roguelikes or roguelites, whatever you want to call them. So the only way I can form an opinion of it is, what if a Souls game or Bloodborne or Sekiro didn't give me checkpoints or didn't give me shortcuts back to the boss? That would be infuriating. If you played through, say, Boletaria Castle in Demon Souls and got up to, say, the Tower Knight kills you, that you have to do everything again. That would be infuriating, because that's the only kind of comparison I can draw, and I know that's not a very accurate comparison, but that's the only comparison. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Whereas
that's a very good comparison, because imagine if you get rid of all. But if you get rid of all of the shortcut unlocks, so you have to go back and you have to go and save Oscar, you have to then go unlock Gate 1, Gate 2, fight the boss, then run and do the dragon thing again. Like, I think that's a very good comparison.
See, that's the only one I can draw, but I don't think it is a good comparison, because from watching reviews or reading reviews, you can go through biomes 1, 2, 3 in... Once you know what you're doing, you can burn through that in 45 minutes.
But that's gonna be take
definitely
away biome 1 to 3 altogether, because that's not where the issues lie.
But from reading again, you can get through biomes 4, 5, 6 in an hour and 20 minutes once you know what you're doing. So if someone's really good at the game, that means the game is 2.5 hours long for them. So
yeah.
But realistically,
I think that's a bad comparison, because you're not going to complete Demon Souls in 2.5 hours unless you're a fucking absolute god.
Unless you're Distortion. And
that's what kind of throws my comparison off. But I don't know. I'm forming an opinion having not played the game, so it's kind of skewed.
I really want to get it, but watching those reviews has given me that little bit of like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. And look, if Housemarque come out and say, tough shit, that's the way it's developed, it's because of the story or our vision, fine. It's not for me. I'll pick it up when it's on sale.
Oh, the Days Gone director would not be happy with you.
That was such a bad take, and he can go fuck himself.
Who's this? The Days Gone director basically said, if you love my game so much, you should have bought it at full price. Come on, that's not how it works. It's just sorry.
In terms of like hearing that aspect of it, and from someone who doesn't like roguelites either, and who wanted to play this game, that's enough, like Stephen said, to be I'll play it eventually. It's not going to be top of the list.
If they came out tomorrow and said that they bring in some sort of like temporary save feature where you get to save once per run, I'd kind of go, okay, maybe now I'll jump in, because it's not as for me. It's probably more I can't just stop when I want and walk away from it, because it could be a case that I've just had a really intense fight and went, I need a break, but I can't because I'm in the middle of a run, so I can't get away from this, and now I need to die and lose my progress.
Yeah,
but if you play, I'm trying to think of another one, a Diablo, for instance, and you die halfway through a Diablo run, you have to start the whole thing again.
I don't die in a Diablo run.
Yeah, but if
who dies in Diablo?
If you do, just hypothetical. God damn it.
I've actually no idea.
And I think like Hades that's less...
in regards to, like you said, how punishing this gets from 4, 5, and 6. If you're using that Diablo comparison, like it's very hard to die in Diablo.
Yeah, I get that, but it's the same kind of logic. Like this game is that kind of game. It is it's a top-down game that is third person.
But like that, if it was just as easy to stay alive in 4, 5, and 6, to me that comparison is null and void, because
it doesn't seem like it's difficult to stay alive. It just seems like in a Demon Souls or Dark Souls, you come up against a new enemy type, and
you can't just hack and slash.
They've got a moveset that you're not experienced with.
Yeah,
but the thing with Diablo though is it drops weapons, and you get to keep them, and they're your permanent upgrades, so they're really frequent. You don't get that in this. So, like, if you got to keep the weapons, on when you die, and then you go back. So like, well, I've got this really cool fucking
That's some
laser
sense of
beam there.
achievement then, yeah.
Well, then at least you know it's like, right, well, this thing wrecks those enemies. So I know biome 4, I'm going to breeze through that now because I know how to use this. I'm really good at it. Or I've upgraded this and I'm really good with it.
And it's a chance, like you said, to try out that new weapon. To be like, all right, I'm not, this getting back to where I was isn't going to be a slog. This is going to be using something new and exciting. Yeah.
The only thing I think is possibly different is and I think this is what I said to Stephen, if there's a story reason for why it's designed this way, I get it.
Yep, absolutely.
But I still, if biomes 4, 5, or 6 are that difficult, and this is coming from someone who enjoys difficult games, if 4, 5, and 6 are that difficult, it wouldn't have hurt to give it checkpoints for each of them. So that you don't have but again, I said I have not played the game, so I could be completely wrong. There could be a valid reason. Well, there is a valid reason. Developer said we want to make it this way, so fuck you. This is what we wanted to do. This is our choice as artists. So,
but you know what? You got to give props to them because they didn't develop this for the masses. They didn't. They went. This is our audience.
This is our niche audience. Yeah.
You know, that's being a Sony.
But Sony don't like taking risks, Stephen.
Oh God!
The game couldn't have come out at a better time. It really couldn't have come out. If I was more cynical, I think that was a publicity stunt a couple of weeks ago. The cynic in me says that was a publicity stunt because this game basically says, "No, we will take risks. We aren't afraid that if the devs have a solid idea, and we'll take a risk on it." So props to them. Props to Housemarque because they know their audience.
Well, I mean, Housemarque have basically made the same games for the last 3 generations.
Did you see the previous game? Not Resogun, the one after that.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically this game from top down.
Yeah.
But anyway, aside from all the difficulty stuff, it looks beautiful. Like the color.
And I think that's why this discussion is good because it's really like it's turned yours and mine opinion on it. It's like the two of us are like, not for us. And here I am at least arguing, going, I was going to buy it up until noon today. I was going to buy this tomorrow. And then the reviews came out. And I was like,
but you know what's funny about that, though? It's not that it's reviewed badly. It's reviewed. They're saying it's the best PS5 game out yet. They're saying it's the best PS5 exclusive that has come out since the console launched. Like, it's coming in 86 Metascore, like 100, 95, 90, 90, 90. Like, it's getting really well reviewed, but you're kind of like, I just don't know if it's for me.
It's €70. That's the thing that's making me go, that's a lot of money for a game I might not enjoy.
Yeah, that's very true. Did you see Paris? Paris covered it and basically said, "Yeah, it's Game of the Year contender."
I only saw previews. I didn't watch any of the reviews today.
I made sure to watch SkillUp's review before we came on because I know Stephen would have wanted to talk about it. I watched it in bed. I had a shower and lay in bed, watched it.
Touched myself.
So
you were naked watching that.
No, I was naked seeing the picture you sent with your finger because I just got out of the shower.
You're naked, Steven's naked, everyone's naked.
I was very sweaty from playing Beat Saber.
Mom spaghetti.
But yeah, it's an interesting conversation of should all games be more accessible, or is there a place in the market for difficult games for people who want it to? And I'm always gonna go back to there absolutely should be because I fucking love those kind of games. But it's a real throwback to the 90s, isn't it? It's a real throwback to like Sonic the Hedgehog of you've played through the whole game, died on the final level, back to zone fucked. 1 you go.
True.
Do you know, I think this game would be great if it's played as a group. Like the three of us, for example, sitting there playing it, trying to burst through a biome together. And taking a turn each. Exactly. And kind of taking a different approach necessarily.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
I'm still
interested.
Not like a party game, but just like in a like a LAN setting, but Like it's
Only lands.
only
God
land.
damn it! You got there before me, you prick.
Steven stuck in with that.
Yeah, I'm still interested. I'm still quite interested. I probably
I
won't
need a
get
PS5 first, so
I
I'm not
won't
looking
get
too much into it.
I won't get it straight away because I'm trying to play other things, and there's a couple of other things coming out. But I'll definitely pick it up at some stage.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
I just love how it's brave enough to just be next gen.
Yeah,
Put
that's
all your
the
resources
other
on
thing.
next gen.
The most reviewers are saying like the way the adaptive triggers work is fantastic. Now like L2 you ADS, but you only have to press it lightly to ADS.
Yeah.
Whereas if you press it in the whole way, it uses the secondary fire of the gun, which is a really cool way of doing it.
Whereas you couldn't replicate that on a PS4 or an Xbox.
But I think it is worth mentioning that when you're explaining the DualSense adaptive triggers, you don't just lightly press it. Like you press it and then there's a stop. Like you feel
It
a definite
feels like
stop.
you're pressing it all the way. Yeah.
Dill has played with a PS5 controller. He knows what it's like.
But for people who haven't, it's not a, because I think there were some games in the PS3 where like you had to lightly press it to do something, but it's not that. It's like you press it, you feel like you've gone all the way, and from playing Astro's Playroom, it feels like you're breaking your trigger because you have to push past that.
You almost get a
And
bit
it's
scared that you're
scary.
gonna break it.
It's
Yeah.
scary. But that's such a cool implementation because it frees up buttons then. I don't want to go L2 and R2 or L2 and triangle to do a fucking alt fire.
Yeah. By the way, Dan is here, bitches. What genre? Sorry, Dan. Returnal is a roguelite or a roguelike, so it's like a Diablo. It's designed like a Diablo or a Hades, that kind of game, but it's not a top-down. It's a third-person sci-fi shooter. So the best way I can describe it is it's a third-person sci-fi shooter that plays like Diablo, but is set in the Alien universe, I think.
And if you die, you lose your shit.
Yeah. And he really likes your top, Dill.
Thanks to God of Mischief.
But yeah, I'll pick it up at some point, but not straight away because €70.
But see, like that, it's one of those universes as well that I feel you'd want to explore and you'd want to take it all in. You wouldn't like to, for example, if you spent an hour and a half trying to get through this biome, you don't want to just be like, right, fuck, I'll spawn in again and just run straight to where it was. You kind of want to explore the levels, which I'm sure you would on your first time. Yeah.
So yeah, that is something that Skill Up was saying, that you start out with that idea that I'm going to explore everything, and then you can
take
like
it all in.
By the time you're getting towards the end, it does start to kind of feel the same. It gets a bit repetitive. Yeah, Dan, watch Skill Up's review. It's as usual. It's a very good review. It's very. He highly recommends it, but gives a FYI. This is how the game works.
Yeah,
it may not be for you.
Put a post-it note on that for a future.
Yeah, it'll be PS Plus in a year's time. Be great. And then the Days Gone director will get really mad at us.
Then it'll be on Game Pass.
Yeah, they'll be on Game Pass.
Oh God. Move on from Returnal now.
It looks.
You're only going to make me want to buy it.
Yeah, it does look really good. It looks beautiful. It looks.
If I had €70, Stephen, I'd send it to you via Amazon.
One thing to comment on before we move on is the 3D audio on it is supposed to be fantastic. Like 3D audio has been a thing for a long time, but not really in games. But apparently, there's a hell of a lot going on. But you can hear every individual sound, even though everything's crazy loud. You can pick out it. Yeah, apparently the audio, again, I haven't experienced it, but from my understanding, the audio design is chef's kiss. Free shit at the moment, I guess. So
Kev's free corner. Nearly
no. We got the twab. We got the twab. We got the twab. So this week a Bungie came out in the middle of all this. I haven't read through all of this yet. There's weapon balancing in here, so we're not going to get on that. Vault of Glass goes live on May 22nd at 10 a.m. So
Dan, book it off work.
That's a Saturday. Wonder will this work? 2 seconds. I'm just gonna click on something. Just while I'm going through the TWAB, I'm just gonna make it bigger. So
While you go through that, I will be right back.
So Saturday, 22nd of May, that's going to be 6 p.m. for us in the UK and Ireland. I'm not reading through all this because it's a big wall of text. You have to be 1300 power, so we're 1310 or close to from the current season. New season starts Tuesday week, by the way, not Tuesday coming, Tuesday after that. Something about a challenge mode or triumphs. I haven't read through it all yet, but I will do once we're finished this. Weapon balancing is happening. I'm not reading through all this, but there's a lot of changes coming to the sandbox. Anything here that's interesting? Precision rate auto rifles, whatever. We don't care about this. Anything about hand cannons and what they're doing to hand cannons? This is just talking about what you call it. It's about perks are changing, as opposed to that's happening. Yeah, there's nothing there about Dead Man's. There's an upcoming nerf to 120 hand cannon range. I don't know if they covered it in here, but it is coming. So good to know that that's coming. So what's happening with Dead Man's? Because that needs a nerf. Nothing's happening to Dead Man's next season. That's great. That's great.
PvP is officially cancelled.
Nothing. I don't know these people, so whatever. Yeah, no. TWAB, it really just says, well, the glass is coming on 22nd of May, so get ready for that.
Nice.
What did Dan say back to that? The belt is really cool. He wishes Mr. Doctor was on the day one raid team.
No, he doesn't. He's lying.
Looking at you, Stephen. Stephen, literally every raid we've done together has been a fucking flawless.
If Stephen was on the raid team, we get world's first, which is why he's not 100%. On it, because it's not fair on the rest of the community.
And he'd be doing it with Kerry Wi-Fi as well, which is
1 gigabit, which is better than all yours.
Shut the fuck up, Stephen. It's probably much better than mine. Okay.
Very true. Anyway, moving on. Free shit. The PlayStation Plus games were announced yesterday, I think. Battlefield 5's on it. Stranded Deep's on it. Kojima made a whole new genre of games. Strand games. Lamau. And Wreckfest. And whatever. Go get them. They're free. Battlefield 5
worth it for the story.
Battlefield 5 is just, it's worth it for the story. But that's really just the...
Yeah.
We have a new one coming soon. Played through this to try get a new one. We won't even talk about the games, the Xbox games that are coming with Games with Gold, because they are.
Yeah, what the fuck were they?
They are honestly hilarious. They're almost lucky that that Game Pass is a thing, because it saves their fucking bacon from that. And Stephen, what is the Epic Game Store free game this week?
It's
not a game.
It's an add-on pack of $100 for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realm.
Apparently, that is a free game, a free-to-play game with a shit ton of microtransactions. So you get 100. Oh yeah, it's 100 quid worth of in-game shit.
Like real 100 quid worth?
No.
Yeah. So basically, from my understanding of it, it's a add-on pack you can get for the game that usually costs $100. But they're giving you that for free instead of you having to buy it. So, whatever.
Because no one plays the game.
Well, shush still.
It looks like a really bad cross between South Park,
Stick of
Truth.
I was not expecting that at all.
And Skyrim.
And Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
That's
so what you're basically saying is it's not contender for Game of the Year.
No, it's definitely not.
No.
It's definitely not. I don't think there's any other free games. Let me just check that real quick. No, that's your free games for this week. Epic Game. So quite literally in my notes, I had Epic Game Store, some weird shit. PlayStation Plus, Battlefield 5, Stranded Deep, Wreckfest, Games with Gold, Lamau. And then obviously the new games coming out. We have Returnal is out tomorrow or in whatever it is. Where's the timer on that? 1 hour and 40 minutes. And Dylan's Game of the Year contender came out today, which was Pokemon Snap.
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud. Fuck's sake.
Pokemon Snap came out today,
You
and
just
Dylan
manifested it there.
Dylan, yeah, Lego Batman. Lego Batman's been free somewhere before.
I'd rather play Lego Batman than Pokemon Snap. Lego games are really underrated. Actually.
Yeah.
We're playing co-op of the Harry Potter Legos.
Oh, they're
on
fantastic,
Switch, and they're really good.
Yeah,
So
they're
good.
great games.
I think they just get a bad kind of. It'd be great if they had voice acting in it, though.
I think they're
because the
viewed as
grunting and stuff like that is a bit.
I think they're kind of viewed as kids games because they're Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they're actually really fun to play as a co-op adventure
they
kind
are.
of thing.
Yeah.
Shut up, Stephen.
Shut up, Stephen.
Don't say anything bad about the Lego fucking genre.
I wasn't. What I was gonna say was, I think it's really cool that they're able to get some of the scenes, like the Luke "I'm your father" one, without any acting, any voice acting at all. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, some of the ways they do it
well,
is
don't they?
hilarious. Yeah, some of the ways they do it is hilarious.
And the kind of comedic twist they put on it as well was really, really good.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, Dan, go get Lego Batman with Games with Gold and be the child that you are.
I'd play that on Switch. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think I have some of them there. I have the old Lego Star Wars from years ago.
That's getting re-released. It was supposed to come out last September, I think it was, and it got pushed.
Jeff, that's all the news. As always, all of the links to the news will be right down there after this goes live. Probably not tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow because I'm feeling a bit lazy. No intro music this week, which is sad. Poor Chaotix would be good.
I just had to stay quiet for 10 seconds in real time. It was like holding my
Even
breath
then,
underwater.
Yeah. You almost made that anal comment.
Nearly
Almost.
that close.
Man, fucking hair. Yeah, I've no news. That's all the free shit. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
No, I was gonna say that PlayStation have a massive sale on for Golden Week. But one of the games in it that has my interest is Mortal Shell.
Ooh, that's a not a rogue. That's a Souls-like.
Yeah, and it's the PS4 version, but it has a free PS5 update, and it's only €19.50. I'm like, oh, but then I saw it's on the Epic Game Store, but through I think it's Aniba. You can get it for $14.50, and that has ray tracing on it.
It does actually. I did see that. So
I don't know
if it has a next gen upgrade. It might have some ray tracing ish in there, but not real ray tracing.
I think I was
Returnal
watching,
has ray tracing.
Watts played this a while ago.
Yeah, Watts. I think she played it at one point when it launched. Her and Eric. I think Eric's played it as well, actually.
Planned release date summer 2021 on Steam.
It might have been an Epic. It might have been an Epic Games exclusive for 12 months. One of them that makes the gaming community crazy and mad.
It says summer, so it could be literally in 2 days' time, or it could be in 3 months' time.
Take your pick.
Or it could be like Party Animals and just fucking don't exist anymore.
So weird that hasn't got a release date yet. It was ready to go. Just fucking release it.
That was all the way back in November, wasn't it?
They're releasing a Souls like a single player campaign for it. I'd play
everything has to be
shit
Souls
out of that.
It's a Souls like fucking roguelite as well. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Unless you guys have anything else, we can wrap it up there.
No, I'm happy.
Ratchet and Clank. What?
How long have we been recording?
I think it's about an hour 20, an hour 30.
Jesus.
An hour 25.
Still manage.
Yeah. It's a late one. We started at 10 o'clock pretty much, so like it is late. So,
I'm going to play some Apex.
Ratchet and Clank looks beautiful. Returnal looks great, but will kick your ass. Among Us on PlayStation.
No mods.
without
though.
mods. And Subnautica.
Subnautica actually did look really good.
So yeah,
And
I will
especially
be...
with the haptic feedback controllers or whatever it's called.
Did that great. So next week we are going to be giving our inverted commas review of Titanfall 2 if me and Dylan decide to actually play the goddamn
I'll bang it out in an
game.
afternoon. Yeah.
It's bank holiday weekend, so I'll
Pull
I'll
a
get
Louise
through.
and just go
you can
full
get
7
it.
hours.
It's a 5 to 7 hour campaign, so you can get it done in one day. I'll just play it on normal rather than put it on hard and just get
I'm going
through
to
it
challenge
quickly.
myself and actually play on console though. So
You play on controller anyway, so you're fine.
Yes, we will be playing it down. We're going to play it and finish it and talk about it next week. And we probably won't be live though. We'll actually record it and have a light so I'm not in the dark. But yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for chatting.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in, Dan.
Ratchet and Clank looks great, and I'm going to go watch.
Dan.
I'm going to go watch the Ratchet and Clank gameplay with Louise now because Louise can't wait for that game.
She's probably sitting there on the couch with the popcorn, being like, "Is this fucker done yet? I'm ready to press play."
And she's talking about Dill is just speaking for 55 minutes again. Anyway, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for joining. Blah blah blah. We love you lots. Like and subscribe, I guess. Peace.
See you next week.
Bye. Hey, I signed off. What is this?